let's remember that we can compare numbers to find out which one is larger or greater than the other. We can also compare them to find out which one is smaller or less than the other. And sometimes the numbers are the same, which means they are equal. Let's take a look at two numbers, 462 and 453. And let's compare those two numbers. The first thing we need to remember is we always begin comparing in the largest place value. So with these two numbers, that's going to be our hundreds place. So we compare our hundreds place. We have a 4 in the hundreds and a 4 in the hundreds. And the number with more hundreds is the greater number. If the hundreds are the same, and they're the same, we're going to need to move over to the next place value, which is our tens. So we go compare our tens place. We have a 6 and we have a 5. And the number with more tens is the greater number. Well, this is 6 tens and this is only 5 tens. So the number with 6 tens is the greater number. 462 is greater than 453. Now, if the tens place happened to be the same, we would have gone and needed to look at our ones place. But in this one, our stopping point was comparing at the tens place. We have our symbol that shows greater than, our symbol that shows less than, and our symbol that shows numbers are equal or the same. When we go back to the numbers we had just spoken of, we have 462, and now we have our symbol, which means is greater than 453. Remember that we compared our tens place to identify 6 tens is greater than 5 tens. We can also use words to compare our numbers, and that's why we now see we have 462 is greater than 453. I want you to remember that the big open side of the symbol faces the big number. One helpful tip to remember the symbol direction is that the big mouth eats the big number. So notice that these alligators are going to help us out, but they look like our comparing symbols. So in our first example, we have 125 and it's being compared to 165. The hundreds place is the same, so we're going to look at our tens place. We have 2 tens and 6 tens. 6 tens is greater. Alligator eats the greater number. 125 is less than 165. In our next example, big mouth eats the big number. So we've got 450 compared to 405. The hundreds place is the same, so we're going to go comparing in the tens place. We have 5 tens, we have 0 tens. 5 tens is greater, 450 is greater than 405. And in our last example, we have a 600 and we have a 600. And so those numbers are equal. And sometimes we think about alligator doesn't know which way to go. So he just keeps going back and forth, forming that equal sign, showing us that 600 is equal to 600. If you need more help or you want to watch the video links down below in the instructions, please do so. And that's going to continue to help you to review and learn. Your seesaw activity today is called Bright Comparisons. As you click on each slide, you're going to see 2 numbers. I want you to build those numbers with the place value blocks that you see down below. You're going to touch the finger. That means you want to move these place value blocks. You're going to move them over and you're going to build your number. All right, once you get your numbers built, yes, I want you to build those numbers. I want to see those numbers. Then I'm going to look and compare. I can easily see right here that 500s is more than 300s. So I'm going to drag my symbol in to say 542 is greater than 353. As you move through all the slides, you're going to do that same thing. When you're finished, you're going to click on this green check mark right there. That turns it into me, and I can't wait to see your hard work.